Okay, so now I got the metronome going, and it's at 72 beats per minute. So counting wise, it would be 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, okay? So I'm going to try to play this figure. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and... Okay. It's going to be hard for me to play this and count it, so just kind of bear with me. But again, I'm just showing you what I practice, okay? I always count to 4 before I start. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2. Okay? 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2. Okay, now in this piece, I actually am not supposed to pick that part, so I need to work on that. So I'm gonna work on this, just this part. I'm just gonna go 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2 triplet. So it's 1, and 2 triplet, 3, to get used to not picking that part, okay? 1, and 2. Okay, and after you do that a few times, you'll start to get the feel of it, and you might not have to count quite as much. Now I want you guys to understand that 72 beats per minute is about 40% of the tempo of this actual piece, okay? But I want to get the mechanics and my fingers to move right, and in order for them to do that, they have to have time. But the most important thing is I'm practicing their movements in tempo and in the rhythm that it's supposed to be played. In other words, I'm not doing something like this. It's going to make it impossible to put it together. You always want to practice the rhythms the way they're supposed to be. And if you can't get them the way they're supposed to be, that means you're trying to do them too fast, and you just have to slow down. Okay? So let me keep working on this. Alright, so we got 1, and 2 triplet. Okay? So I'm just counting, and once I start playing, I'm going to stop my counting. 1, and 2. Oops, I'm actually starting this wrong. 1. Okay? So once I get the feel of that, I'm still only working on the first measure. So we're dealing with, 4 beats of music. And I've spent a lot of time just on these 4 beats of music. Of course, I've been explaining some things, but still. Okay, so what I would do is I would just work on this. 1. Until I just could do it without having to really think about it. 1. Whoopsie, I messed up. 1. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Okay, so that's measure 1. Okay, so then the next measure is this. So we go down to this chord shape. Okay, which is our C, but with the C sharp in the bass. So that is 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, so I practiced that. So we got 1, and 2, and 3. 1, and 2, and 3. Okay, and then there's another on 3 and, so it's actually this. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and then it has that slide on the end, okay? So I practiced that a couple more times. And then I try to put it all together. Let's see how I do with this, okay? So we got 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2. Not too bad. There, I messed up one of those chords, but You probably didn't notice it. But see, I'm not going to be satisfied with that. I want it to be as clean as I possibly can play before I start speeding it up, okay? For me, I don't know about you guys, but I get a lot of satisfaction out of executing these more difficult techniques well, because I know that I'm growing as a player, okay? So let's try that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. That was horrible. See, let's try it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Yep, messed up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so I'm starting to get better, starting to feel more comfortable with this, okay? Now, I'm going to practice this at this tempo about 20 more times, okay? That's what I would do, okay? But for the sake of the video, I'm not going to do that. You guys probably don't want to sit and watch me do that. So I'm going to just do that on my own, and I'm going to come back to you, and we're going to increase the tempo.